Okay, we are back on page 8 of chapter 4, and we're looking at bargain purchase options. So, we talked about this way back in chapter 2. If you result in negative goodwill, or chapter 3, it's often described as a bargain purchase. So you pay less than the fair value. Now, under IFRS 3, you can't just go, oh yeah, we paid less, that's fantastic. The fair value is much higher, so we've got a great gain. It has to be reassessed, so the fair value of the subs and assets. Then a gain on the bargain purchase can be realized. But first, you've got to make sure the negative goodwill is reassessed. If the parent controls less than 100%, the gain on the bargain purchase can only be recognized by the acquirer. With a bargain purchase, use the FVE method. Okay? Now, so that you guys don't go checking each one for a bargain purchase or have to, on an exam, you know, up in Connect in that little blurb at the top, I can information. So on an exam, I will tell you on the question, it's a bargain purchase when it is. If you get negative goodwill and it's not a bargain purchase, so I haven't stated that, you have made an error. Okay, so let's look. On June 30th, year 1, again, the same kind of question. The parent obtains control by paying $60,000 for 8,000 shares at 80%. At NCI Goodwill, complete a consolidated balance sheet for P using the direct method on the next page, include the entry for acquisition on the parent's books. That's important. You need to know that. Okay, so let me just recap before we flip over. This is bargain purchase on an exam. Otherwise, I get students going, oh, this must be a bargain purchase, and they end up with a negative, and it's the big consolidation question, so just watch for that, okay? Okay. On page 9, Exhibit 4.1, it's the same sheet. I will show you how to figure out if it's a bargain purchase. So, bargains. If the price paid is less than the fair value of the subs, net assets, to controlling interest percent, then it's a bargain purchase. So, how much did we pay? If you look at the previous page, we paid $60,000. Well, the fair value of the subs net assets are 110 minus 33. Times 80%. So that means it's 60,000 versus 6,600. So it's less. Yes, bargain purchase. So we have to use FVE. Now again, this is before acquisition, no investment. And here, just to show the changes it's the same one. Inventory went up 2,000, plant went up 9,000, patent went down 1,000, and long-term debt went up 3,000. Okay, so let's calculate. So this is FVE 100% then. calculate AD and goodwill, and we're doing FVE. So the price paid, 60,000 for 8%. So we start off with employee of the sub. How did we do that? Did we times that by 0.8 or what? 60,000 divided by 0.8, which gives us 75,000. Less the sub's carrying value of net assets, which is assets minus liabilities, so 100,000 minus 30,000, which is 70,000. That gives us 5,000, and that's our acquisition differential. Now, sometimes this will go negative right away, sometimes it won't. But beware, just because this is negative, doesn't mean a bargain purchase. This could be negative, but then the changes we have here could bring it back to positive. So don't just stop there and go, oh, must be a bargain purchase. Okay? Okay, then we take away FV minus CV. And by now, you guys, this should be second nature. By the end of chapter, you should be able to do this without even thinking. Okay? Like, quickly and flawlessly. Okay? So make sure you do enough questions. For 5, we make it goes a little crazy. Okay? So, FV minus CV, again, inventory, plant, patent, long-term debt. So this went up, patent went down, long-term debt went up, but it's a credit, so it's 3,000. If you don't know how to do this, you got to do it. So that goes to 7,000, which means we're at negative goodwill. We record it as a gain. So your goodwill balance is 0. Okay? Okay, so you notice it goes negative here. That's going to be recorded as a gain, and therefore goodwill is 0. Now, okay, sorry, I had a moment's lapse in what I had to do next. Okay, so NCI is the NCI percent times implied value, which is 3% times the implied value, 75,000, which should work out to 15,000. Now, I did want you to do the entry on the parents' books for acquisition. Okay. Well, we shelled out cash. How much cash did the parents shell out? 60,000. And then we had to record a gain on purchase of 2,000. So what's the balance in investment? 62,000. Okay. And then, of course, in Appendix 4A, no all consolidation entries. We won't do them here, all of them are the same. Okay, so On the next page, you'll see the direct method. If you want to put debits and credits and draw a line down the middle and make it into debits and credits, that's fine with me. It won't matter on the Connect exam. Okay, so what you have to do is put all the changes on here. Why do I have this 60,000 here? That was the purchase, right? And then we've got this gain here. So don't forget the original and then of course the investments. Entries if you were doing all the entries, but these are changes you actually have to make. So notice here I didn't do the entries. Just for these ones I just put X's through them because I know they don't happen. I needn't have put this. I could have just left that out and put all as 0. Notice goodwill is 0 when there's a bargain purchase, and you still put NCI in down at the bottom. So you guys, I've scanned this and put it on example 4 under chapter 4, so you don't have to try and write this down. So I suggest doing it and then making sure you did okay. Review the textbook Merrill on contingent considerations. Just so you understand what it is and how it works. You don't have to know it in thorough detail. Now, Appendix 4A goes through the examples consolidation worksheet and outlines the entries. You do have to know those. Know the entries, but you don't have to do a worksheet. You can choose what you use on exams, but you have to know the entries if asked, and I'll do that in a separate question. Okay, remember only you do FVE and INA. If it's not specified, FVE is the automatic one. Okay, hopefully that all made sense. I know it's a lot to throw at you. Work through each one and talk your way through like I do, you guys. I mean, you're going to be writing at home anyway, so you can just talk your way through the whole exam. It really helps get things straight in your head. Okay, I will see you at chapter 5 then. Okay, and this is the last chapter on these. So chapter 2, 3, and 4 are on midterm number 2. And I'll be putting up a sheet tomorrow. At least I think it's tomorrow. Yes. Okay, take care.